Hello everyone, welcome back to your computer class. So, our topic today is word processor and introduction, which is your lesson number 3 in the book. Let's understand first the meaning of word processor. It is an application software that helps us to type, edit and format the text. The question here is, what is application software? Application software, or we can say app, is a software that performs specific tasks for any user. For example, we use the software Paint to draw and paint on the computer. In the same way, we use Microsoft Word to write text on the computer. You already know how to write in your notebook. Now learn how to make your notes on computer. In computer, we write or type using the keyboard rather than writing on the paper. You can type your notes as well as question answers in Microsoft Word. You can prepare a list of phone numbers of your friends. You can also type letters and messages. Each of these are called documents. So now, what is Microsoft Word? It is an application software used for word processing. A company called Microsoft has made the program Microsoft Word. That is why it is called Microsoft Word, or we can say MS Word. MS Word 2010 is a part of Microsoft Office 2010, which includes some other programs also which are required in an office. Word processing means typing, editing and formatting the text. Word processor is a software that allows you to produce document quickly and efficiently. Let's discuss the features of Microsoft Word 2010. Number 1 is type text as well as add pictures in the document. Means you can type in Microsoft Word as well as you can add pictures in that document. Number 2, make changes in the text such as inserting, deleting, copying and moving the text. It means you can also make changes in text by adding new text, deleting any text. You can also create copy of the text as well as you can move your text from one place to another place. Number 3 is read documents easily. You can read your document easily and you can change the look of the document by adding colors, styles and effects. Number 4 is spelling and grammar feature. It means Microsoft Word provides us the feature of spelling and grammar by which you can make your document error free, means without mistakes of spellings and grammar. Number 5 is find and replace the text. You can also find the particular text in your document as well as you can replace the text also. Replace means to change. Next is set margins, spacing, paper size, etc. As while writing on a notebook, you write in a proper margin at proper lines according to the size of notebook page. Similarly, in Microsoft Word, you can also do the same thing. Next is save the document. Means after typing in computer, you can save your text and use it in the future. And last is print the document. You can also take the printout of the document. It is your wish that you want to take printout of the complete document or a part of the document. Means you can also print many copies of the document in very short time. Clear? Now let's discuss the components of Microsoft Word 2010. So for learning the components of Microsoft Word 2010, firstly there is need to learn how to start Microsoft Word. So let's see how to start it. For this we have to go to this start button. We have to look here in the start menu for our program. As I want to open Microsoft Word 2010, it is here in the start menu, so I can open from here. If in your system or in your laptop or computer it is not pinned to start menu, then you can search here, clear, in the search box, as we have already learned in chapter number 2 how to search in a search box. So I will open from here. So this is the interface of Microsoft Word 2010. When you open Microsoft Word, a blank document will open with the name of that document is document 1. As you can see here, what is the name? Document 1. So when you open Microsoft Word, a blank document will open with the name document 1. Clear? So let's see the other components of Microsoft Word 2010. Here are two terms, application window and document window. The larger window is called application window and the smaller window that is inside it is called the document window. The application window helps the user to communicate with Microsoft Word program. Means from application window we can use various features as per according to our requirement, and the document window is used for typing, editing and formatting the text. Means we can use this area for typing, editing and formatting. It is also called the working area because we have to work here in this area. So we will see what is application window and document window. So this white area, first this white area is called document window because we have to write in this. Except this white area, the larger window is application window. Clear? The smaller window inside the application window is document window. It is also called working area. It is called working area because we have to work here, we have to type here. Clear? So all these are options here available. The user can use the features as per his/her requirement. So the larger window is application window and the smaller window inside the application window is called the document window, or we can say working area. Clear? Now the next is components of Microsoft Word. So we will see the various components. The first component is title bar. So what is title bar? We will see this, the very first line, this bar is called the title bar, where the name of the document appears. So as the name of this document is document 1, so this is the title bar. The title bar is on the top of the screen. It displays the name of the current document and application in the center. The minimize, this button, minimize, maximize and close buttons are placed on the right side of the title bar. Clear? Next is quick access toolbar. So what is quick access toolbar? This one. This is quick access toolbar. It is present on the title bar. It contains buttons for the most frequently used commands. By default, save, undo, redo appear on the quick access toolbar. So when we will move our cursor, it will give the information about this, as it is showing save. This is for save, this is for undo and this is for redo. Clear? So this is called quick access toolbar. Next is backstage view. So what is backstage view? For this we have to go to the file tab. Here is a info button available, so we have to click on it. This is backstage view. Clear? Next is ribbon. So what is ribbon? We will see. The ribbon is located just below the title bar. The ribbon contains several tabs on it, such as File tab, Home tab, Insert tab, Page layout, etc. Each tab is divided into groups and each group has set of related commands. So what is ribbon? This. Below the title bar, as this is title bar where my cursor is moving, so below the title bar this is ribbon. Here various tabs are available as File tab, Home tab, Insert tab, Page layout tab, References, Mailings, Review and View. Clear? So these are the tabs. Under the tabs there are various groups, as we can see in the Home tab. First group is clipboard, second group is font, third group is paragraph, fourth group is styles and last is editing. Clear? So under the tab groups are available, and in the groups various commands are available. As in the clipboard group there are various commands like paste, cut, copy, format, painter. Similarly here various commands are available. Similarly in each group there are set of related commands. So this bar is called ribbon. Clear? Below the title bar there is ribbon where all the tabs are available. Clear? So next is File tab. As you have already seen, this is File tab. Clear? Very first tab is called the File tab. The new File tab of Microsoft Word 2010 has replaced the Office button of Word 2007. As this is Microsoft Word 2010, in Microsoft Word 2007, at the place of File tab there was Office button. So in Office 2010 the Office button is replaced by the File tab. On clicking on the File tab there are various options available. We will see how to use them. Clear? So the next is, after File tab there is working area. So we will see what is working area. As I have already told you, this white area where we have to work. It is the large area where you can type, edit and format the text. Clear? Next is ruler. As in journal, what do you mean by ruler? Scale. Clear? So the horizontal ruler measures the width of the document page. It displays margin settings, tab settings and authentication. The vertical ruler measures the height of the working area. So these both are rulers. See, this and this. This is for the height of the document and this is for the width of the document. Clear? For the margin settings. So these both are rulers. Clear? This where my cursor is moving, look carefully. This one is here and one is here. These both are, one is horizontal and second one is vertical. Clear? So after ruler there is status bar. So we will see what is status bar. It displays the page number, number of words, zoom option, etc. This bar, this long bar is called the status bar. Clear? Here you can see page information is there, number of words. Clear? And zoom option. This is for zoom out, this is for zoom in. Clear? So this is called status bar. Next, the last is scroll bar. Clear? So we will see what is scroll bar. There are two scroll bars in the Word window. The vertical scroll bar located to the right of the document window. Clear? This is the scroll bar, as it is used for scrolling. We can move on the screen towards up and down. Clear? With the help of these scroll bars. Clear? So this is one scroll bar and second one is here below. It is used to move left or right. Clear? As you can see, window is moving. Clear? So one is here and one is here. So these were the basic components of Microsoft Word 2010. Now we will proceed to the next topic of our chapter, which is creating a new document. So how to create a new document we will see. For this we have to click on the File tab and select the new option. We have to click on this. After this, you can see this view. Select the blank document, this option. You have to select this option and click on the create button, this button. When you will click on this, a new document will appear. As firstly the name of the document was document 1 and we have taken another new document, so here the name is document 2. In this way we can create a new document. So the next is, after creating a new document, entering text into a document. So how to enter the text in the document? For this, once the new document is open, you can start typing in the document using the keyboard. While typing, do not press the enter key when you reach the end of the line. Keep on typing the text. You will find that the cursor automatically gets shifted to the next line. This feature of Word is called word wrap. So we will write here something. We will type. For example, we will write I am celebrating my birthday at my residence on the 16th November 2010. You are invited to attend the birthday party at 5 p.m. Clear? So let's assume we will write only this much. So as you can see, when I reach here, attend the, and when I start typing birthday, so it automatically moves to the next line. Clear? So when there is no need to press the enter key. If we want to move to the next line, then we have to press the enter key. But if we want to write in the same sequence, the cursor will automatically move to the next line. This feature of Word is called word wrap. Clear? So next is selecting text in a document. So as we have write here something, we have write this much. So now we will learn how to select a particular text. For example, we want to select this first line. So how to select? Firstly, to perform any action on the text like copying, moving, deleting or formatting, etc., you need to select the text. As we have learned in the features of Microsoft Word, that in Microsoft Word we can perform various operations. So for performing any operation in Word, firstly you have to select the text. So it is very necessary that to learn how to select the text. For this, what you have to do, place the cursor before the text you wish to select. So first thing you have to do is you have to place your cursor, this blinking line. Clear? From where you want to start your selection. For example, if I want my selection that it starts from residence, so I will move my cursor before it. How I can move here? Just drag your mouse and click on the particular location, so your cursor will move. As I want to select this first line starting from I, so I will place my cursor here. As you can see, now my blinking line is before I. So now what you have to do, hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse over the text to be selected. Now what you have to do, you have to hold down the left mouse button. Clear? When you reach the location from where you want to start your selection, then you have to hold down. Hold down means keep on pressing. You have to hold down the left mouse button and drag. Clear? So as I want to select this line, so I will drag my cursor, my mouse like this. So as you can see, this line is selected. Clear? So the next is adding new text. So we will learn how to add new text. As you can see here, we have already typed the text. So if we want to add new text, how we can type? Word allows the user to add new text to an already existing document. To do so, what we have to do? Place the cursor at the point where you want to add the new text. For example, I want to add the text before I want to add here new text. For example, I want to type here notice, or let's assume notice. Clear? So how I'll be able to write the new text? I have to place the cursor where I want to insert. For example, I want to insert the text here after November, so I have to move my cursor, this blinking line, at the particular location where I want to add the new text. For example, I want to write here 2020. Clear? So what I have to do, just place the cursor where you want to add the text and start typing. In this way you can add the new text. Clear? If you want to delete this, how to delete this? Press the backspace key from the keyboard. As I want to remove this 2020, so I'll click on the backspace key. It is placed on the keyboard. Clear? Next is moving the text. Clear? So now we will learn how to move the text from one location to another. As I have write here notice. Clear? I want to move it from here and paste it another location. So how I will perform this action? As we have already discussed, for performing any operation in the word, the first thing is to select the text. As we want to move the text notice from one place to another, so firstly we have to do what we have to do, we have to select this. Clear? This feature is used to move the text from its original location to a new location. So firstly we will select the text How to select the text? Place your cursor where you want to start the selection, hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse. Clear? So as you can see, now notice is selected. Now you have to go to this clipboard group. Here you can see the option cut. From here you have to choose this option cut. Now as you can see, notice word is cut from this position. Now we will select, for example, I want to paste notice here after 5 p.m. So what I have to do, same position, place your cursor where you want to paste it. As I want to paste here, so my cursor is currently at this position. Now I will go to this paste option. Clear? As you can see, now your notice word is moved from its original location to next location. Clear? New location. In this way you can cut or move the text. I'll show you another example. For example, I want to select this only first line. I want to move it from here and want to paste it at another location. So firstly I have to select this and go to the cut option. As you can see, now your sentences cut. For example, I want to paste it at the new line. So I'll place my cursor. As you can see, now cursor is here. You have to make sure about one thing, that you have to place your cursor where you want to paste that. Clear? So now I want that sentence to be pasted here, so I will choose the paste option. Clear? Now as you can see, your first line is moved from one place to another place. For this you can also use the shortcut keys. How? You can use the shortcut keys for these operations. For moving it is, for cut it is Control plus X, and for paste it is Control plus V. So we can also use this combination of keys. Means from the keyboard you have to press the Control plus X key together for cut. Clear? And for paste you have to press Control plus V together. Clear? So this is the case of moving the text. Now we will learn the next topic, which is copying the text. So before proceeding to this, firstly understand the difference between moving and copying. So when we use moving the text option, in that option our text is replaced from one location to another location. Clear? It is cut from one place and pasted to another location. But in copying the text option, it creates the duplicate copy of the text. Means one copy at the original location and next copy, another copy is on the new location. So we will see practically. As you can see here, I want to copy this first line, so I will select it. Clear? As I have selected this, now I have to go to this copy option. For copy we have to choose this copy option. Clear? In first case, in moving the case, we have to choose cut option. In copying the option, we have to choose this copy option. Clear? Now I have to decide the location. I have to place my cursor at the location where I want to paste it. For example, I want to paste it in the another line, next line. As you can see, now cursor is in the next line. So here we will go to the paste option. As you can see, your first line is copied. It is present at the one location, original location, as well as on the new location. So this is the difference between copying and moving. In moving, your text is replaced from one location to another location, but in copying, there it creates a duplicate copy of data. That means two copies of data. Clear? In this case, you can also use the shortcut keys. For example, you want to copy this second line. So what you have to do, Control plus C for copy. Control plus C for copy. You have to press Control plus C keys from the keyboard together. Clear? Now for paste, it is same. What you have to do, Control plus V. As you can see, your text is copied. Clear? Now the next is saving a document. Clear? So as we have created this document, so for saving, what we have to do, it is not saved yet. If we want to save it for the future use, what we have to do, we have to save it. Sometime we need a document for future use. So how we can save it? We have to go to the file tab. Clear? Here file tab, click on this. There is the option save. We have to click on this option. So this save as dialog box will appear. Here it automatically pick the name of the file, but if we want to give the name as per our choice, we can give here before the file name. For example, I want file name invitation, so I will write here invitation. Clear? So I have create a file name here. I have type here the file name which I want. Now after typing the file name, we have to click on this save button. Clear? So you can also use the shortcut key Control plus S. Control plus S for save. You have to press Control plus S keys from the keyboard together, and the same save as dialog box will appear. In that box you can give the name of the document. Clear? Next topic is, after saving, it is printing a document. Clear? Sometime we want to take the printout of the document, as it is the soft copy of the data, and after printing we got the hard copy of the data. For obtaining hard copy of the data, we need to print the document. So how to print the document? For example, I want to print this invitation document. So what we have to do, click on the file tab, choose the print option. Clear? Now this backstage view will open. From here you can also choose the number of copies. Clear? How many copies you want, you can choose from here. For example, I want 4 copies of this, so I will choose here 4, and after this we have to click on the print button. Clear? So this is the way how to print. Similarly, for printing there is also a shortcut key, that is Control plus P. It means you have to press Control and P keys from the keyboard together for printing. Clear? So next is opening a document. Now let's assume we will close this. We will close this invitation document and we want to open it in future, after some time, after 2 days, after 3 days, or whatever the time period we want. Clear? So as I have already saved a document with the name invitation, now I want to open that. So how to open? For this you have to go to Microsoft Word 2010, go to this file tab and choose the open option. Clear? And click on the open button. So when you click on it, it will ask which file you want to open. Which file? As I have saved a file with the name invitation, so when you start typing, it will give the suggestion about that. As my file is this, so I can choose from here and click on this open button. Clear? So now as you can see, your required file is open. So in this way you can open the saved file. Clear? And the shortcut key for opening the file is Ctrl plus O, means you have to press Ctrl and O key, both the keys from the keyboard simultaneously. Clear? Next topic in sequence is closing a document. Clear? As you can see, this invitation named document is open here. If I want to close this document, so what I have to do, click on the file tab and choose the close option. As you can see, this is the close option. Click on it. As you can see, your invitation document is closed. Clear? In this case, your application is still open. The last topic is exiting Microsoft Word. So how to exit Microsoft Word application? As you have closed a document, now you will learn how to close this Microsoft Word application. For this you have to go to the file tab and choose this exit option. Clear? Now as you can see, your Microsoft Word application is closed. So for exiting, the shortcut key combination is Alt plus F4. You will find the function key in the top row of the keyboard, F1 to F12. So which key combination you have to choose for exiting Microsoft Word? Alt key and plus F4. Clear? And in the case of closing a document, the shortcut key combination is Ctrl plus W. Clear? So I hope now the topic is clear to you. So this is all about your lesson number 3. So watch the video carefully. Don't forget to write the comments and views in the comment box. Subscribe my YouTube channel for the latest update. Thanks for watching.